today's episode, we'll see the FIA needing to answer themselves. You guys couldn't make your mind up about Interlagos or Vegas, so I flipped a coin, and Interlagos was the winner.
Hello and welcome as our Grand Prix weekend continues, and the sprint will soon be upon us.
So I'm still in debt, so yeah, nothing we can really do until after the race weekend. Sainz will be 15th. Albon down in 19th. 5 lights in for the sprint race here at Interlagos, and away we go. Getting both cars into deploy already. We're on board with Albon here, not Sainz, for the start, even though I thought I was on board with Sainz. Yeah, he's trying to go around the outside of HULKENBERG, and Albon's lost a position already to HULKENBERG. As well, I mean, that's not the illegal overtake, don't worry. Yes, watching Sainz here now, he's struggling a bit. I'm just fed up with the way this car is. We haven't got any money, by the way, because we're still in debt, that's what, as I was saying. And Stroll's going to go down the inside. No, he's not. Sainz will defend as well. I have turned his aggression up, though, against Sainz, just to try and get through the field. Up to P14, a nice little move on Danny Rick. Down at turn 4, but we don't have the pace. This car is awful. I think it's the slowest on the grid, and you can see why. It's an comfortable move for Ricardo there, in it still hanging around as well. And these two are just going to swap places left, right, and centre. I mean, it's looking reminds me of F124 with how these DRS trains are going on. As well into turn 1. And Sainz will have the position back up to P14. So those two are going to keep going on. Bad news for us, because obviously remember, if you recall back to the previous episode, ourselves, Alpine and Haas all have 13 points at the moment. So Bottas up in P8 is not exactly what we do. Albon is finally woken up from his long sleep at the back of the grid. And has finally got past Zhou and is celebrating like he's won the world championship there. I mean, he's back behind Zhou at this point, and I've just given up on him as well. They're saying that he has got past, but I just don't care. You just see Max Verstappen, by the way. He was at, sorry, not Max Verstappen, Lando Norris at the front there. Sainz getting past Stroll again. So yeah, it's all going a bit messy, and it also got a bit messy when I saw Bottas. Yeah, I mean, I'd have loved a safety car there. Because I would have absolutely have pitted for fresh soft tyres, but alas, nothing doing there. And Bottas has been overtaken by both Gasly and Tsunoda. Hopefully Drugovic can also get past here at the Brazilian's home Grand Prix. Round the outside for him at turn 4. The locals were like that. Bottas, I'll like that too, because Bottas down at Bottas out the points at the sprint as well. Sainz now is being overtaken, and yep, straight line speed is not good. This is why all the research are done. Watching Stroll, and that's a crash. I don't know why there's confetti everywhere, because there's no damage either. Stroll's been given a penalty, so Sainz will come through them for P14 in the end as well. Albon's tyres really struggling. Tyre wear not that great. Again, more upgrades needed potentially on that. But for Albon, awful race. I mean, you know, I tried pushing as well just to try and close that gap, and he just fell behind. You know, he shouldn't be hanging around in 19th and 20th. Is he actually going to finish in P? He's just about going to finish P19. Photo finish. So yeah, Lando Norris wins the sprint then. Not that it really is out of the championships between Verstappen and Piastri at this moment in time.
Welcome everyone to qualifying. This should be a good one.
So it's raining. Now I just decided that Albon was way too slow. Apparently he's optimal. He's got 80% driver satisfaction. But that's not going to help him at turn 1, and he's had to spin on. Yeah, I did think about... Oh, I didn't have a save, but I mean, he's been overtaken on his fast lap too at the end of the session. I mean, like, surely, oh my goodness, what's going to happen here? That was in millimetres away from hitting that McLaren there. He's going to be out, surely. I mean, I think I'd prefer to have lower wings here at Brazil, but for Albon, it does put him P15, but he is eliminated, so he'll start P17. K-Mag showing some good pace there, up in P17, P1 there, but yeah, Sainz does scrape through. So we move into Q2. Sainz's first lap was P14. Now, I did have a think about trying to go for slicks at the end, but it's just not quite there, I don't think. I'd rather think hopefully we can get it'll be a bit of a gamble. And with Sainz, you know, the best we can possibly. I mean, I don't think we're going to get into Q3, so maybe a gamble, in hindsight, a gamble on to softs would have probably been better, but yes, not that section, by the way, very different to the F1 game. There's no curb there as well. There's a curb in the F1 game, definitely, for sure. Most of the other bits are pretty similar, to be honest. A little bit wayward down the hill. No curbing there on the right hand side either. Not deciding to take the 2010 Brazil trial line. I mean, hopefully, I'd love it if he did, because I'm sure that would be guaranteed instant pole position if you do that. I mean, no matter what the time is. And is that going to be good enough? No. I mean, he gave 4/10, to be fair to Sainz. But it's only good enough for P15. And Verstappen is on pole from Piastri as well. Norris not setting a time at all in Q3. Wonder if he's going to have a penalty.
There's a terrific atmosphere here in Interlagos as the drivers prepare for 71 laps of scintillating action.
Race strategy then. Yeah. 2 stop, medium, hard, medium, medium, and medium, hard, hard. Although we might throw that in the window depending on what the tyres are like. 5 lights then for the Brazilian Grand Prix, and away we go. Yeah, definitely on board with Sainz this time to start the race. Albon's up in P16 as well. So yeah, a few soft tyre runners there too. We need to get past Sargent. We can't be stuck behind Sargent. Quite a few soft tyre runners, especially in the back end of the top 10. There's a few hard runners, Magnussen, Albon and Zhou. So yeah, again putting Sainz's risk up. Just to get the moves done, we need to carve through this field. We do need points. We got a lucky escape. What's happened to Hulkenberg here? Round the outside, he's off circuit, and then decides to rejoin the circuit and makes an illegal overtake, in my opinion. What on earth was that, FIA? If you think that's a legal overtake, let me know in the comments below about that. As well as now Albon's got a bit flustered and has fallen behind Hamilton as well. He's also got an engine penalty as well. There's something about this Haas team that screams illegal. Their engine seems a little bit too fast in a straight line as well. And Sainz just can't get past Bottas. We got excuse me, and we got get lost out to Sargent as well. I don't know what it is, if it's just me, but I can't get this car to just work for us, really, as well. And we've got Porsches up in P7. I mean, to be fair, Sauber are too far behind. Ocon up in P9 is a problem, because they will go ahead into P8. What's happened to Albon here at turn 4? He's gone off. Can this get worse? Well, here's Hulkenberg going past Sainz. Yes. So yeah, don't have any straight line speed. Yeah, we definitely need to try and get past. Albon just doesn't feel comfortable for some reason with the lower wings. To be fair, I mean, that's just me trying to get him to be fast in a straight line. And we will have that advantage with the car next season as Sainz does get past Hulkenberg, but they are trading laps. We've got Norris and Hamilton can be right behind. Yeah, I'm not entirely sure what those two are doing. I presume they're going to preserve their tyres. It makes me think that we're going to be stuck in a DRS train. I might as well preserve my tyres too as well, but Hulkenberg's going to get past. Norris is going to get past. as well. There's a yellow flag up the road. That is Logan Sargent, so we'll have a position back. I'm to Sargent here. He's driving with Bottas, and there's contact between the two. Sargent goes off as well. Yes, so now Sainz has got Hamilton. Yeah, I'm happy to let Hamilton go. We are going to put less pace. I've not done this before on the F1 Manager game, so I don't quite know how if this is going to work for us, but I'm hoping to conserve that tyre. For Albon, I mean, full pole. We can make as many stops as we want, and he's still going to be last at this rate. The only chance Albon has, his pace is just not great. There's nothing I can really do with that. He's just not comfortable with the lack of front downforce on the car. Even with, you think he'd be fast in a straight line, but maybe it's too extreme for him and he can't handle it. The best drivers would be able to adapt, but he has not been able to adapt at all. As well, we've got Sainz and Hamilton. Sainz did fall out of DRS. I was trying to get in front of both of these two. He's not actually made an overtake yet, but we have saved some tyres. We're trying to get past Hamilton here. I'm happy for him to just sit in DRS. We're not really gaining on the tyres in front. There's a few people that have made a pit stop. Norris, I think, probably going to undercut us as well, although he was ahead anyway. This point in time, we're now going side by side with Hulkenberg and get that position done, even with on the lower thing. And it seems the tyre wear has been a problem for Hulkenberg. His team decided they don't want to let the car go, so that's him with a pit stop failure there, or pit stop error. Apparently against the front jack. I always think it does look a bit weird, but there we go. We've got Bottas going past, and then he decides to go very dangerously swoop in front of us. That could have been a horrendous accident as well. But Sainz, to be fair, it's time for him to make a pit stop. Tsunoda and Gasly still haven't stopped either, so I have gone longer on these tyres, and we can try and then do a potential strategy. We could have done the one stop as well, but I just don't fancy the hard tyres on this game. They feel very poor. They're not like real life where the hard tyre is the god tyre at some of the races. Here in the game it feels very poor. Albon's coming in then on the end of lap 34 to make his second stop. He's from last to last as well. Yeah, as well. What's happened to Stroll here? He's gone off. I mean, he hasn't got lost like Raikkonen did all those years ago, but yeah, Sainz has come out in front with with Hulkenberg, because we tried to overcut, which doesn't work on this game. Fresh tyres are OP, but Sainz doesn't in fact get in front of Hamilton. Hamilton's got a major gearbox issue, so yes, and Sainz will be now in front of Ricciardo. Ricciardo has made his second stop. Sainz hasn't, so I'm happy for him to go. Bottas up the road is a bit of a problem, but I'm hoping that we can do this. Or saying that, there's contact between Sainz and Hulkenberg.
What was that?
I said it. I jinxed it earlier. For goodness sake, I jinxed it earlier, and now Sainz has got to come in and put those miserable hard tyres on. Instead of the sauce, we were on such a good strategy with Sainz. Medium, soft. I was going to be rapid at the end as well. Yeah. Escaping away from the misery of the Brazilian Grand Prix. Up at the front, Max Verstappen leads the way. I mean, I think that's Albon. He's about 3 laps down or something like that. Sargent has got in front. Piastri has sort of dropped off. He's got some... I don't think he's got wing damage. He's got some other damage, which is limiting his pace. He's on damage limitation mode 2 Verstappen there. What's happened to Lewis then? He's had a Spinala. And a miserable weekend for Hamilton continues there. Sainz is still behind Hamilton as well at this point. And Hulkenberg is behind Sainz as well, but yes. And Albon's had a puncher. I mean, yes, I did leave him out there with 20% tyres, so that's on me. I was trying to stretch it so we could go softs for the final stint. I was going to pick literally this lap, but yes, or this lap or the next lap, to just go softs and try and go for the fastest lap. But yeah, in actual fact, I think we'll probably abort the fastest lap. Instead, just focus on getting him to the end. He's going to be ahead of Zhou, so he won't have the wooden spoon, because Zhou, although saying that, Zhou's going to be ahead of him now. Can he catch Zhou? And not get the wooden spoon? That'd be nice. At least we've had lots of pit stop practice today, but not really any pit stop times that are lighting the tyres up. And Albon will get in front of Zhou as well, but that will be the only thing for Albon as a consolation prize. Is watching Logan Sargent now have a Spinala in the Slauber car as well, and the McLaren goes in front. No penalty for Hulkenberg, by the way. I mean, who was at fault there, really? We saw that, yeah, similar move with Sargent and Bottas, also not there. I mean, yeah, I don't know about that. The Sainz is just now in a position where he's got front row seat. He's not going to catch Stroll for P14. He's now got Gasly against Norris in front of him, and he's just basically been watching those two go at it again. He'll just finish behind that Gasly in P15, which is very disappointing. Yeah, there was actually better pace on the end. Albon, I mean, I emptied all the fuel. You may have noticed I went 1.6 over. He will actually finish 0.3 under, but he finishes anyway. Porsche getting the 0.2. Ocon getting 8th place, which will put Alpine ahead. I think we've definitely been outdeveloped by everyone else. The question is, will the research that we put in, we haven't even done that many research, you know, from last season to this season, season 1 to season 2, we did 2 research programs on each one, and the only one we've done 2 research on so far is the Sashi side. And Alpine, yeah, there's 4 points, but yeah, so to spend this research up, I've decided that we'll focus on the carts that cost more money to develop for next year, and so that would be the front wing and the rear wing. The Sashi is already done. It's in progress. Remember, we did a lot of research time. We're going to spend our remaining CFD MAU hours, so half of them, and half the wind tunnel hours on the front wing research, and the other half will be on rear wing when I can afford it. High speed performance again as well. I'm just going to leave that as it is. I'm gambling on high speed to work. I fingers crossed this delivers a car that is not last, and at least then I can do with it. We're also going to put a load of engineers. We'll put 4 on here, 5 on the rear wing as well. Las Vegas was victory though for Kevin Magnussen. Pesky Porsche, as I've nicknamed in this series, it gets a P10. Sainz P12, that's not too bad as well. So, yeah, I mean, at least there wasn't anything else. Our other rivals in this, yeah, Albon down to P17, not great there. We do have enough money now to purchase the other part of this as well, and that will be the final bits of research. High speed performance as well. I hope that this does work, and the car is good, and you know, moving into 2026 season 3, when that series comes a lot later in the year, that we are not having these miserable races like we had today. To Brazil was a complete misery for me, and I do apologise about that. But there's not a lot I can do. The car is where it is as well at this moment in time. Now, the votes. The final vote of the season will be either Qatar or Abu Dhabi. You guys get to vote. There'll be a pinned comment as usual, and that will be it for season 2. Season 3 will be coming back a lot later in the year, and I'm talking like September, October time, 2025. Purely because obviously F125 is coming up. We're going to have game news apparently this week as well. The F125 is also coming out couple of months away. So yes, I've got a few things that I need to finish on F1 24 before moving to that too. So yes, busy times ahead for me. So yeah, that's all I'm going to. That's all I'm going to say for today's episode. If you have enjoyed, leave a like, subscribe to the channel if you're new. See plenty more F1 24, F1 Manager 24 videos. I was going to come until the next video then. I'll see you next time. Take care. Thanks so much for watching. Enjoy your day and goodbye.